Hello, Jen here. I have a layout share for you today. These are the, a tattoo. These are the May layouts TN spreads that I did. So I wanted to let you guys see what I've been working on. But before I get into my layouts, I wanted to give the biggest thank you. In the last month, my channel has grown so much, and I have actually hit over 500 subscribers, and I need to let you guys know how much that means to me. I am so grateful to everybody who takes the time, even if it's just a couple minutes of your time, to click on my channel, see what I'm doing, engage with me through Instagram and comments on my videos. On Facebook, people have reached out to me, messaged me, asking questions, and I'm so touched. Thank you so much. It is something that I truly appreciate. And as a thank you, I will be putting together a giveaway for this month. My husband and I have been talking about what we can put together to say thank you to you guys. But I do have a job for you. I would like to do a face-to-face chat, introduce myself a little bit more, let you know what I'm all about, and answer your questions. So if you have any questions, no matter what they're about, I'm pretty open about the goings on in my life. So even if you have life questions or scrapbooking questions, whatever you would like to know about me, put them in the comments down below, send me a message, reach out to me on Facebook, whatever is your preferred way of doing it, and I will be putting together a celebration giveaway, answer questions chat a little bit closer to the end of the month. All right, now let's get into these layouts. I still have to apologize that I don't have my old phone back, so I think the color on this phone is not working very well. It does not like the color white, and so it washes itself out. And thank you so much for having patience with that. I really appreciate it. But let's get into this. So I did quite a few spreads. For those of you who know what's going on, I am doing Traveler's Notebooks every month for my project life this year. I'm still kind of working out the kinks as to how that looks for me, and so I'm starting to get a little bit behind, but I'm okay with that. Behind is not a big deal for me. I just, keep working away a little bit at a time. Mostly I'm doing these at work. I have some supplies that I've taken with me. I think I've shown you before the bag that I use, my sister made for me, that I keep all of my work supplies in. And I just pull this out whenever I can, and I pick a layout here or there and I go for it. So let me show you what I've done this month for February. My January is all done. So I will do a share for you of that, but I worked a little bit on February. It's getting closer to being done. I have this kit. I honestly don't know if it came from Michael's or Walmart or someplace like that. It's one of those generic kits that comes with a few pieces of paper, some embellishments. It's sort of like a no-name company, but I pulled it out because it snowed so much. February, March, even into April, we were just plastered with snow. So I wanted the nice snowy themed stuff. This is the perfect way to get rid of it. I don't have any journaling in here yet because I tend to do that at the end. I'll do all of my pages, fill it up, and then I go back and add little doodly borders and journal and just put in those finishing touches. So I did this one as well, again with that same kit and some Heidi Swap. I had an old basic gray sheet, one of those sheets that you used to get that was like 6 by 12, and it had all of the washi strips on it, and then it has the little hole, what are those called? You know what I'm talking about. These things here. It has the page corners. And so I just pulled that out, added some photos there. These ones don't need much journaling. This is something I won as a giveaway from Simple Stories and the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. This is a little gift I won from my local scrapbooking group. I started this one. I have a little deer that in one of my embellishment kits that I know I want to use here, so I just left it blank. And then all my other photos, I cut them up, place them in here where I think I want them to go, and whenever I get a chance, I pull them out and work on it. So I had those two. You can see here I thought that this paper, it's just a scrap for my Christmas cards, would work really well with the skyline because it's all those same purples and pinks, so I threw that on there. I found this scrap of paper. I thought it would be fun. I just put it on there. Yeah, so that is what I did in my February one. In my March one, you can see this one I am struggling with. It is so thick and so chunky. March is a busy month for us, and I made this traveler's notebook myself. This one is just a generic one that came, I think, in a Michael's traveler's notebook that I got. Yeah, so it's just a plain white one. This one I made myself using some old supplies and a lot of Wild Whisper papers and little Wild Whisper cards. So I did that, documenting my strawberry acai Starbucks drink, which sort of was, you know, my my intro to spring drink. And I did those two. And this one, oh gosh, we had so much snow, you guys, just like, oh, tons of snow. I know, I live in Canada, I should expect snow, but there was just so much this year. And here we have my cat. More snow, going shopping with my daughter and all the stuff she's trying on. My son was really sick with strep throat. You can see this is where I'm starting to struggle. These are 4 different days, I think, or this might be the same day. These are 2 different days, and I'm still working on trying to balance the want of project life where I'm documenting something every day versus the size of the traveler's notebook where I just legitimately can't have 1 page per day. So I do things like this quite a bit where, you know, they're 2 sort of separate things, and my journaling will reflect that. Started this a little bit but didn't do much to it. Did this one. All of my birthday, March is our big birthday month, so I used the Simple Stories Snap collection. It's one of those collections that comes with everything you need. So I used that for this layout. Here, now see this and this are the same day, but I wanted to document that we went literally from birthday party and celebrating, and Kaylin had a dance competition this day, to that night being at urgent care because my 2 boys were pretty sick and needed a little bit of TLC at the hospital. So yeah, did nothing here, just threw on some papers here. Did this little part. Because I made this myself, I was able to include these little 4x6 cards from Wild Whisper. I did this a long time ago, and so I just like to use these cards to kind of add some interest and interactive elements to my pages. I'm going to print out, I think I'm going to print out all of the information on how much snow we got this month and what all the different temperatures were. So I left that page blank for that. Here's some more birthday action. Very simple. I'm trying to keep things from getting too bulky, so things are just very simple. Again, here I've used the little card that I added so that I could get some extra embellishing into the layout without it being too bulky. Here I folded this picture and I folded this picture and I stuck them together. So I just have this little extra flap. Here is a dance competition with my daughter. She danced on her birthday at a competition, and then she danced on my youngest son's birthday at a competition. So I just have that documented like this. And then I love this collection, and I wanted to make sure I was using all of the cards because I love what they say. I took the top sheet that just gives you an idea of what's in the collection, and I cut out little pieces of it, and that's what I used for the embellishments. Again, so everything could stay flat. I did my youngest son's birthday layout here. And I think that was it for February. Or for March, I mean. So I'm getting there. I'm just about done March. And then I worked on some April. You can see April is a little bit chunky too. So again, I'm just trying to keep it in check. This came in the same traveler's notebook as this white one. They had them at Michael's. They're just like a leather cover, and then it came with a craft and a white insert. So let me find, I didn't do any Easter stuff. Oh, here we go. This is a layout I did for the Wild Whisper design team using the Forever and Always collection. There is a process video for this one, so you can check that one out. And then I did this layout as a black and white challenge for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club May scrap party. I didn't actually submit it to win anything, but I did do it, and I love the way it turned out. I just went through my stuff, found everything that was black and white, and threw it in here, and I think it turned out so cool. I want to do more black and white now. And then I also did this one for that same scrap party. So we went to see the Avengers, and I just took all of my papers, and this was for the hexagon challenge. I took my hexagon punch and I punched out a bunch of different pieces of that paper and out of some comic books too. And then just very simple, easy layout, but I love it. And that was it for April. So those were my Traveler's Notebook inserts. And again, there is the process video for one of those. Okay, let me take a drink of coffee here. Ah, thank you. If any of you guys are in the Calgary area, Rebel Bean Coffee is the way to go. They're locally roasted in my hometown and delicious. Okay. This is a layout that I did for that same scrap party. The challenge was to use a girl collection and scrap a boy, or vice versa. Use a more, I say girl, I mean a more feminine collection or a more masculine collection, and scrap the opposite sex. So this is that really, I think it might just be called Darling Girl or something. I really should have had it with me, I guess. It's an October afternoon collection, and it's very cute. It has lots of images like this little girl here, dress patterns and that kind of stuff. But I thought it would be really good to document my son's crush that he had in kindergarten on a little girl named London. And he has this shirt that came from London, and he wore it every day, or he asked to wear it every day. And finally we said, dude, what is so special about this shirt? Because it's really not that special. It was actually sort of not a hand-me-down, but just kind of randomly given to him. So there wasn't a specific, significance that we knew of. Well, it turns out it's because he had a super crush on a little girl named London, and so he wanted to wear his London shirt every day. So I just put the title here, When You Love a Girl Named London, and explained about his shirt. So that was one that there is no process video for. This one is a 2-page spread. Let's see here if I put it like this. So basically this was also for that same scrap party, and I combined a whole bunch of challenges together because I knew I wasn't going to be able to complete them all individually. So I also didn't submit this, but this worked for the mirror challenge where the pictures mirror each other and the basic setup of the page mirrors each other. Also the 2-page spread and the Grab 5 spread. So the Grab 5 was things like chipboard, sequins, what else? Scraps of paper, that's what this pink is, and this is scraps of paper. There's 5 things on there. I don't quite remember what they are. But I decided to combine them all, and I came up with this 2-page spread of my kids feeding the giraffes at the Toledo Zoo in the summer. So no process video for this one either. This one, when I was going through, so I have that really girly paper pad, I think it's called Oh Darling, I think, the more I think about it. And then I had a really sort of boyish paper pad that is all this stuff. And I think it might be called like Cool Dude or something along those lines. And I was trying to decide if I was going to use this paper pad to scrap my daughter or vice versa. And as I was flipping through the papers, I realized I made this layout without a picture. So it didn't have this picture, it didn't have the title, and it didn't have the wood, these wood veneer. But it had everything else. It had all of this. This is 2 separate pieces of paper that are put together. It had all of this layering, it had these, it had basically everything except this wood veneer and the picture and the title, and there was no picture with it. So I don't really remember when I made it and what picture it was supposed to be with, but this was the picture that I had available, and so I went for it. And that was really simple. Obviously there's no process video, but I'm glad that I was able to take this layout that must have had a plan at some point and get a picture put to it, and now this is scrapped and is good to go. This is a layout that I did to in conjunction with the Secret Not Secret Kit Club and Page Maps. So for the month of June, we were all given a June sketch from Becky at Page Maps and asked if we could make a layout using that sketch that she could use on her blog. And yeah, we've just been playing around with those June sketches and having a ton of fun. It's using a few pieces, like this background paper is from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. I punched out some little fishies. These stickers are, old stickers from my stash. The paper here is from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. This is from Freckled Fawn. And yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. I really, really enjoyed this whole process. There is a process video for this one, so definitely check that out. This is a layout I did for my Wild Whisper design team. Again, using the Forever and Always collection. Had so much fun with this one. There's mixed media on it, there's lace, there's paper flowers, there's all kinds of stuff going on with this one, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. There is a process video for that. This is also for Wild Whisper design team work using the Forever and Always collection. I really liked doing this one too. Yeah, I think I had a fun scrappy month, so you're going to hear me say that a lot. This one was just a really fun way to get all of the different patterns of paper used up. And even though the collection is sort of geared towards the wedding season and scrapping your wedding photos, I took a picture of me and my 3 kids, and we were in Newfoundland, and I just thought that You Are My Today and All of My Tomorrows worked really well for that. And yeah, it turned out awesome. So much fun. Process video for that one. There is also a process video for this one. This again is Wild Whisper. Here I did these fun little flaps. And again, lots of layering of wood veneer and all the paper flowers from the collection. I stamped some of my own flowers and the little foxes. Yeah, this was a fun one too. Process video is up for that one. This is a 2-page spread that I did for the Stretch Your Sketch series that a bunch of us ladies are doing, where we're taking a regular sketch, 12 by 12, or sometimes it might even be a smaller sketch than that, and we are stretching it out into 2 pages or trying to make it work for a traveler's notebook. So in some way we're taking that sketch and changing it up. So there's a process video for this one and links to all of the other ladies in the series. So definitely check that out. This was fun. And you can see this is the same paper that I used in one of my traveler's notebook layouts as well. So I really love being able to do that. This is going to go in an album with that traveler's notebook, and you'll be able to see that continuity of the layouts for her for dance this year. So there's that one. This is a layout that I did for the Everyday Inspired series that I'm doing with another group of fabulous ladies. There is a process video for this one. Definitely go check it out. Follow the links so you can see. Our next one is coming out in a week, just about a week. Yes, oh my gosh, like almost exactly a week, next Friday. So stay tuned to see what our new everyday inspiration is. I have a little journaling card here, and I just really had a lot of fun with this one. And if you go back and watch the video, you'll see this is one that I tore apart, put back together, and yeah, it turned out really nice in the end. And then the last thing that I have here, I just wanted to show you that I end up doing this a lot. I even think in my last layout share, I had a similar situation. This is a layout that I was kind of playing with. It's not really going in the direction I wanted it to go. I'm trying to use up more stash. This is part of that same papers from the kit that I used in some of my traveler's notebook layouts, and it's just really old stash that I'm struggling with, but you know, I want to give it a fair chance before I toss it out or donate it. So I put a little bit of mixed media in the background here, and I used this, and I sort of took the basic design from my page map sketch. And this is while I was still working on that page map sketch and trying to figure out what I wanted to scrap. I started this layout and then didn't really go anywhere with it. So it kind of, you know, it has a bit of embellishment. I'm not sure if I like where it's been placed, but it's sort of left a bit in limbo. And I wanted to show you that I do this quite a bit. So last month I showed you a layout that I had that was the same, and I tucked it into the album, and someday I might return to it, or I might just leave it. Well, I've done it again this month. So you can see here, this is sort of half done, and I might return to it. I might not. We'll see how it goes. But at the end of the day, this photo is going to end up in an album, and yeah, that's sometimes how life goes. All right, so that is it. That's all the layouts that I did this month. Thank you again so much for sticking with me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I didn't go through every single piece of paper and company that I used. So if anything stood out to you and you want to know what it is, just let me know. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Happy scrapping. Bye.